So this is my Azim versus Ohara Davies full card preview and bottom predictions. So starting off then with Davies versus US Edmonton, which is quite an interesting matchup from Davies. 20 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and that 1 draw then 7 is last fight. Davies should have probably lost that fight. For me. So he got favoured in the points season, while US Edmonton, 9-0 record, who's wanting that Ben Whittaker fight, isn't he? Is US Edmonton. But if he can't get the Ben Whittaker fight, why not fight Davies? Davies, for me, he's not really turning into this in confident form either. For me, he was beaten, probably well beaten in the end by Joshua Barazzi. And he was quite lucky to win that fight against 7 his last fight. And US Edmonton, he stood the fire in his belly because he desperately wants that Ben Whittaker fight. He doesn't like Ben Whittaker either, does he? Does US Edmonton. He stood that fire in his belly, and you know what? I fancy his chances against Davies, to be honest with you. I know people might still go for Davies to win. I'm different. I'm going to go for US Edmonton. I'm going to go for US Edmonton to win the fight. I think he's going to do more of the work. I think he's going to land more of the punches than Davies. I just don't think Davies is in the right space with his head at the moment, with his mentality at the moment, and all the momentum is with US Edmonton. Of course, I do expect Davies to see the best Davies. If the best Davies turns up, then he wins, in my opinion. But I fancy US Edmonton. I think US Edmonton's going to task Davies at the right time. I think it'll go to points, and I'm going to go for US Edmonton to win on points against Davies. I actually do finish the one matchup for Davies, in my opinion. Up next then is Michael Mattinson versus Tiani and Benz for the IBO World Welterweight title in the 147-pound division. Michael Mattinson, 26 wins, 1 defeat. That 1 defeat, of course, turned against Virgil Ortiz Jr. No shame in that. While Tiani and Benz got 2 defeats, and his most notable defeat came against Solomon Sissoko. So again, it's an interesting fight for me. I think Mattinson's favourite though. I do think Mattinson is slightly favourite to win this fight for me. I think Mattinson's been in there with more tougher opponents. Mattinson's been in there with Chris Kondo as well, which is probably his most notable win was against Chris Kondo. But in Benz will come forward. He will come forward in this fight. While Michael Mattinson's probably, for me, got the talent with punching ability in Benz. Michael Mattinson always relies on that left hand counter hook, doesn't he? I actually think there could be a couple of knockdowns in this fight as well. I do think there will be a knockdown in this fight as well, especially with the way Benz comes forward as well. So it could either be a knockdown either way. I could see that, to be honest with you. But I am done for Michael Mattinson to win this fight. I think he'll win, and I think he'll win on points against Tiani and Benz. But not a bad fight, not a bad matchup. But I think Mattinson will do more than enough to win on points. Up next then, in the heavyweight division, 10 3-minute rounds, Jeremy TTV versus Franklin Natchius, which is Franklin's got 6 wins, 0 defeats, 1 draw, while TTV has got 6 wins and the 1 defeat. I think Franklin's best chance of winning the fight for me, if he does the points, I think that's his best chance of winning the points. I think he should be aiming to outbox TKV for me. But I think TKV is there to be knocked out as well. I think he's there to be knocked out. He's been knocked out before, he's been stopped before. Takes too many shots for me, TKV for me. But it should really be a battle winning ways fight for TKV. I know he won his last fight, but he needs to try and make some kind of a statement by knocking Franklin out, in my opinion. And I think he'll get to Franklin probably later on in the fight. And I'm the door for TKV to win by an 8th round stoppage. I think he'll stop Franklin yet, in my opinion. And finally onto the main event. Azim, 11 wins, 0 defeats against Ohara Davies, who's got 25 wins and 3 defeats, of course. Ohara Davies been in with obviously better opposition. Knocked out by Ismail Barroso in the first round as well. So Ohara Davies is there to be knocked out. It's an interesting fight for me because it's Azim's probably toughest test so far, you have to say. But Ohara Davies is coming into this not really in good confident mood at all. Well, not confident mood in terms of mentality, because of how the last couple of fights have done for him. For Ohara Davies. And Ohara Davies, he is there to be knocked out, in my opinion. He's there to be knocked out, he's there to be stopped as well. So that is up to Azim to stop Ohara Davies. It's all about getting the win for Azim, though. All about getting the win. Because it is his toughest test so far. Because we just don't know. Maybe it was a stage fight for Ohara Davies and Ismail Barroso. We just don't know, do we? We just don't know. It depends what Ohara Davies turns up. Same for Azim. Depends what Azim turns up. Azim's definitely favourite for me to win the fight. Definitely favourite to win the fight for me. And I don't fancy Azim. I really don't fancy Azim to win this fight. I just think Ohara Davies, you need to take a lot into that defeat to Ismail Barroso for me. And I think Azim can definitely stop Ohara Davies, in my opinion. I'm not saying it'll be an early stoppage. I think Ohara Davies will... Can he cause Azim problems? He can. But I don't know if Ohara Davies can cause enough problems for Azim. So I'm going to go for Azim to get a 7th round KO stoppage win over Ohara Davies. So there are my predictions for the Azim vs Ohara Davies card. Feel free to leave your predictions down below for all the fights on this card. Take care, stay safe, see you later, and have a good rest of the day, everyone.